My name is Chris.
And I'm Natalie. And we're the Ball family.
Ball family.
And we have lived in Kyle, Texas for 17 years.
Yes, we have.
We love this place. It's our home. We raise our boys here, and we are just so excited for what God has for us here. We have 4 boys, and they are all in the public school system, and we love it.
Yep.
We have a junior, we have a freshman, we have a 6th grader, see how I'm doing, and we have a 3rd grader.
Yeah.
And our house is wild.
Loud.
Very loud. We just celebrated our 19th wedding anniversary, which means we've been in ministry for 19 years.
Yeah.
We've done it all. We've done worship leading, we've done children's pastors, we've done associate pastor, we've done next steps pastor, and now it is time to become lead pastors.
When I was in kindergarten, I drew a picture of what you wanted to be when you grew up was the instructions. And my mom still has it, and it's a picture of me preaching at a pulpit. And perhaps this has been in me and us longer than I wanted to recognize originally.
We have been a part of Sozo Church in San Marcos for 5 years now. And we joined up with these guys because we heard the vision, we heard the mission, and we wanted to be a part of it.
Yeah, so the story is that a few years back, there was really a wrestling, I think, in my heart, maybe my heart more than your heart,
For sure.
of what does the future look like in church ministry for us. And I think I, if I'm being honest, tried to duck that a bit. And it wasn't until we did join the vision of what the leadership at Sozo Church was up to that something came alive in our hearts, vision-wise. I think I was kind of been there, done that with maybe some of the philosophy of ministry with church to a point, but I caught a fresh wave of what Sozo was trying to accomplish, primarily in apostolic hubs, which is a fancy way to say local churches that equip and send, apostles, sent ones. And when I heard that, it really lit something in me that said, I can be a part of that. I think I can help that. I can be good at that, equipping people and sending people. And maybe a little different flavor than some of the church experience I've had before. And so that's really what we want to carry on. And this area, I think, is ripe ground for that very vision. And so that's really when the excitement was rekindled, I think, in us to carry the mission of the church further along.
And we believe that there is a great need in this area for churches. Here's why. There were around 5,000 people when we first moved here 17 years ago. Now there's around 71,000 people that are all moving here to Little Kyle, Texas.
Kyle is the 3rd fastest growing mid-sized city in America, according to a recent census and survey. Kyle, Texas is not so little bitty anymore. One major marker for me has been taking note of some of the conversations I've had with a lot of people in this area, namely with things like kingdom calling discovery and understanding your unique wiring and becoming activated in that relational needs, and finding that a lot of people are maybe unaware of what they carry. And me just realizing, I think we really have something to offer with some of the newfound people that are moving here, that are landing here, and can't help but thinking that God's behind it all, that He's bringing people for our project and other projects that try to keep up with this growth and this need, and really excited about the people and matching the need with maybe what we can offer with what God's showing us.
So we are going to kick off and launch Sozo Kyle in January 2026. And we're so excited.
Yeah, there's 4 ways that we'd love to invite you. We'd love to invite you to pray, and we'll release some prayer points through our newsletter. We have a podcast as well called the Play Ball Playbook. You could listen in on for prayer points if that's the way you'd like to receive the invitation. We'd love to invite you to share the vision, share the opportunity. If you know people in this area who might be a good fit, would love for you to take it upon yourself to talk about it. I'd love to invite you to give. Obviously, a project like this takes finances for renting a space and getting resourced and getting some equipment and building the team. And so maybe that's the way you receive the invitation. Or finally, you could join. If you are in the area, would love for you to consider being a part of this movement, this project.
Yes.
If it fits your timeline, would love for that to happen. This is a local apostolic hub, which is a fancy way of saying a church plant that equips and sends. And Sozo's big vision is to have 25 local apostolic hubs in this region and 25 international. And frankly, the international game is going better than the local one as far as how many international churches we've started. And so this Sozo Kyle church plant will be an effort to move the needle with the local apostolic hubs that we really feel God on and inviting us to participate with. So you're formally invited, and we have a website, and it'll be live this summer, and would love to invite you to also check that out and stay updated.